Yo, what's going on guys? CultofMush back at it with another video, and in this video, I want to talk about all the different games that come out on Steam. More specifically, the lower key titles, the indie titles, and if you guys keep up with game releases on Steam, you know that there are so many games being released every day. Some days you have like 10 new games being released. It's absolutely insanity. I've made a video talking about this before. Personally, I think Steam releases too much games. I know that's something very weird to complain about. There's too many games on Steam. But yeah, that's honestly how I feel. There's never a lot of focus on these lower key titles. The focus always goes towards the big budget titles that are coming out, your Deus Ex Mankind Divideds. Even a game like God Eater that recently came out, I would consider that more of a marquee game than some of these indie games that come out that look very good but never gain any sort of attraction. Outside of a few positive reviews on Steam, you don't see people uploading videos about them on YouTube, streaming them on Twitch, or talking about them in general on social media. And that's what happens when there's oversaturation. There's just too many products on Steam that it's very hard to make a name for yourself when you're making a game like this. Obviously, I would say about 2 to 3 times a month, there are games that break out and seem to gain some sort of traction, at least for the short term, and those games seem to garner sales. But that's 2 to 3 games, and we're talking in a given month, Steam can release upwards of 100 games. That's just absolute insanity to me. You've got these independent developers, obviously they're sinking a lot of time and money into developing these games, and it's such a crapshoot on whether or not they'll succeed. A very, very small percentage of games on Steam actually find a footing and actually find an audience to make a profit off of. Now, I know a lot of these games on Steam, there's not a lot of money being invested into them, but with a lot of the games, there is work, there is time being put into these games, and it does kind of suck that they gain no traction at all. And I want to ask you guys, how do you or do you even keep up with game releases on Steam? I know for a lot of you guys, you only have your 1 or 2 core games that you always go back to, your Counter-Strike Global Offensives, League of Legends, World of Warcraft, and then you just dabble in the marquee games every 2 to 3 months. But for somebody like me, I always like to know what games are coming out. I like to play the newest games, and I feel like as a YouTuber I should be knowledgeable about the games that are coming out on Steam, so I always like to know what's releasing. That's why for me the Steam wishlist feature is an absolute godsend. I've talked about this before, but let me explain again what I do with the wishlist. Every week or every other week I'll go on, I'll see the new releases, and whichever games that to me look interesting, I'll just throw them on my wishlist. Sure, at that time, since they're new releases, they might be going for $15 to $20, but I don't want to pay that much. But since I have them on my wish list, whenever a Steam sale rolls around, I can pick them up for very cheap. That's what I like to do, because if I were to buy every game that releases on Steam that's interesting to me at full price, dude, that'd be like the cost of a freaking house, and I'm just not gonna do that. And it's also funny that a lot of people sometimes say that PC has no games. No, it definitely has a lot of games, they just don't get the marquee push that a lot of console games do, because obviously as an indie developer, which is a lot of the games on Steam, you can't put all your resources towards marketing a game, whereas these big budget console exclusives, they have the backing from Sony and Microsoft, and they can promote the hell out of the game. But yeah, back to indie development in general and releasing games on Steam. I know that a lot of developers use Greenlight, and that's how a lot of these games are getting on Steam. But I want to know, I do have indie developers sometimes hit me up, they email me, they'll ask me to check out a game, and usually I don't have the time to check it out, unfortunately. I actually checked out an indie game called Dub Wars a few weeks ago. That game was fantastic. I talked about it a little bit in one of my new Steam releases videos. I want to make a video going over Dub Wars because that is a fantastic game. Definitely check it out. But back to the original point, indie development on Steam. If any of you guys are watching and you are an indie developer and you're looking to make a game and get it on Steam, or if that's something you're open to and that's what you want to pursue in the future, let me know, what is your end goal doing it? Because I'm not gonna lie, to me there seems to be a gigantic risk involved. I know the holy grail for indie developers is to get to the notch level, make something as successful as Minecraft, but obviously that is a very unrealistic goal. What is the goal for indie developers? Is it to just create a good game? Is it just a passion project? Do you just want to do it because you love video games and you want to make a game? I'm really interested to know from those of you that are indie developers or you're looking to get into development, because I understand if you're doing it as a passion project, but at the end of the day, you're putting a lot of time and effort into creating a game, and there does need to be some sort of monetization monetary compensation as the light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, I'm getting off on a bit of a tangent, so let me wrap this up. Let me know, do you guys follow all of the games on Steam that release? I know many of them are complete garbage, weeaboo trash, but there are a lot of hidden gems around. I just actually looked at a game called Rise and Shine that's coming out soon. I'll throw up the Steam page right now. Check that game out. The art direction looks amazing on it, and absolutely no one is talking about it. Hopefully that game does gain some sort of traction when it releases. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you're an indie developer or you're looking to get into game development, really interested to hear from you guys, because right now on Steam, to me, it looks like a very oversaturated market, but at the same time, there's more PC gamers than ever, so there is a lot of potential to get your game out there and get your name out there. So yeah, as always guys, thanks for watching. If you have a request for a future video, you can also leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.